Yeah, this one for the body,
Welcome back to the channel.
not the building.
In our previous tutorial, we introduced SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. We learned what SQL is and what it is used for. But before we start writing more SQL commands, there is something very important we need to understand. Where does SQL actually work? What exactly is a database? What is a table? What are rows and columns? What is a primary key? And how does all this fit together? You've never worked with databases before. Don't worry. In today's tutorial, I'm going to explain everything from the ground. And by the end of this video, we are going to create our first database, create a table inside it, and insert our first records. So let's get started. Before we talk about databases, let's first understand something very simple. What is data? What is data? Data is information. For example, your name is data. Your phone number is data. Age is data. Email is data. Bank account number and balance are data. School grades are data. Even something as simple as John Mensa 22 computer science is data. Whenever we talk about data in computing, we are basically talking about information that can be stored, processed, or used by a computer. So data in computing is information that can be stored, processed, or used by a computer. That is data. Now let's move on to what a database is. Now, imagining that you are running a school, you have 5,000 students. You need to store information about every student. You may need their student ID, name, age, phone number, email, course, and department. You could write all this information down on a paper, but imagine trying to find one student among 5,000 records. That would be difficult. Instead, we use a database. Database is an organized collection of information that allows a computer to store, manage, search, and retrieve data efficiently. Think of a database like a digital filing system. Instead of having thousands of pieces of information scattered everywhere, the database helps us organize everything together. Now, one thing we have to know is what is a relational database. Like in our previous video, we spoke about relational database. Now, there are different types of relational databases. One very important type is called relational database. The word relational comes from the fact that we can create relationships between different sets of data. In a relational database, information is usually organized into tables. Information are organized into tables. For example, students, courses, teachers, departments, payments. Each table stores a particular data of information, and these tables can be connected to each other. For example, a student can roll in a course. A course can belong to a department. A teacher can teach a course. These connections between tables are what make the database relational. So in simple terms, relational database stores data in tables and allows those tables to be related to one another. Now, another thing you need to know is a table. So what is a table? Now, let's talk about tables. If you've ever used Microsoft Excel, this concept should be easy to understand. An SQL table looks very similar to a spreadsheet. For example, let's say we create a table called students. This is a Excel spreadsheet. So we create a table students. Our table will look like students student ID, full name, age. The table is called students, and inside it we have information about our students. Databases contain tables, and table contains records. Now, another thing we need to know, if we have tables, then we need to know what is a row. Now, let's look at the rows. A row represents one complete record. For example, 1 John Mensah, 22 computer science. This is one row. It represents one student. The next row can be 2 Mary Apia, 25 information technology. The simple rule is one row equals one record. If our table contains 1,000 students, we could have 1,000 rows.
Friends getting lost, so switching for the fast. I'm just trying to build something real that'll last. But it's hard when your pocket got nothing.
So what is column? Our table has 4 columns: student ID, full name, age, and course. A column represents one specific type or category of information. For example, the full name stores student names. Age stores student ages. The course stores student courses. One row is equal to one record. Column equals one type of information. Now let's move ahead. Another thing we need to know that we have keys in databases. So then there are 2 main types of keys. We have the primary key, foreign key. Now we have to talk about one of the most important concepts in relational databases: the primary key. Primary key. When you look at our students table we created, look at our student ID. We were having John 1, Mary 2. Each student had a unique student ID. Why is that important? Imagine we have 2 students named John Mensah. If we searched only by name, we might not know which John Mensah we are talking about. But if one student has student ID 1 and the other has student ID 25, we can tell them apart. It's a column or combination of columns that uniquely identifies each record in a table. For example, student ID is our primary key. Each student must have a unique student ID. So, simple rule: primary key is equal to unique identifier for a record. Now, another thing we need to know about databases is we have data type.
Faith like a weapon, yeah, I stay war ready. Trios come, but I don't break down.
When we create a table, we need to tell the database what type of information each column will store. For example, student ID is a number, age is a number, full name is a text, course is a text. SQL provides different database data types for different kinds of information. One common data type is common data types. Int, which is used to store whole numbers. Example: 1, 2, 3, 25, 6,000. Then we have VARCHAR, which is used to store tests. Example: John Mensa, Afia Adepa, Tisha Ado. We also have dates, which is used to store dates. Example 2026 13/10. There are many other SQL data types, but these are enough for us to understand the basics. So when we are creating a table, we are basically telling SQL, this column stores numbers, this column stores text, this column stores date, and SQL uses those definitions to properly store and manage our data. So let's get right into creating our first database.
Breastplate strong, covered by the cross, feet ready, I don't slip, I stand. Truth in my belt, got a grip on the plan. Ain't no retreat when the pressure come heavy.